Welcome to Sim Frame of Mind, and today you're in for a special one, our first black and white. So I wore the all black here today, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about the filmmaking and the film itself today. And of course, don't worry, at the end, I'm still going to have some writing prompts or discussion prompts for you in the second half after you watch the clips. And in fact, today we're going to see two different clips from the same film. So we're changing the format just a little bit to get into this classic film. But before we get started, I want to explain some of the things about these films. So again, thank you very much for all the subscribing. I really love it. Keep reaching out through email if that's how you want to, or I encourage you to if you haven't yet. Text me by using the comments down below. Anything you'd like to reach out. I just want information. How can I make this show better, more interesting to you, and so forth. So today we're going to try something totally different. I guess I won't completely waste my film education background by not talking at all about the film. Today we're going to talk about the film quite a bit and teach you a little bit about an era in film. It's known as film noir or dark film, and of course most of them are in black and white, but not all of them. And the thrust of the film noir are black and white. Today's film is in black and white, so our first on the show to do this. And when I think of noir, I think of the art of noir. Directors were incredibly challenged and handicapped during this era, and it lasted a long time, where the rules of filmmaking were very, very strict in the United States. The Hollywood film industry, New York industry, were handcuffed quite a bit by the way that films had to be made. It was a moral code that was applied. It's called the Hays Code. You can look into that more if you want to. Started way back in 1934, so way back nearly 100 years ago, and went all the way to 1968. So over 30 years, 34 years of these very strict rules about filmmaking and what could be shown in American theaters. Now, other countries also had codes, but I'm not as familiar with them. But I know that in some countries, like Italy, France, they were very loose in the 50s and 60s with their codes. They still had rules, but you can see those films and say, whoa, why is this so different? Well, they weren't operating under the same codes that we were during the Hays Code. This was strict stuff. So the most important thing here, the things that really made it very difficult. You could not show a murder in detail because they didn't want copycats. This was part of the law. They didn't want copycat killings. So they did not allow you to show a murder that glorified the killer. They did not allow you to show in detail any murder. In fact, it was often censored if you showed too much. And the second thing that everybody really remembers and always talks about is sex. Yeah, it was always just implied. You saw nothing. An embrace and then waves, or a train going into a tunnel, or feet tangled at the edge of the bed was very risque. So it was a very different era than today, when we can show pretty much anything. So directors and writers and actors and everybody work as a team to try to figure out, how do we give the feelings that we're trying to give, the art that we're trying to give under these rules. And for all of these years, 3 decades plus, they had to function with these rules, and they did it. And there is some incredible films, and I'm going to show you parts of one today, 2 different scenes. And the title of the film is Double Indemnity. It is one of the more famous film noir pieces, partially because of the stars that are in it, and the history. It was originally pitched in 1934, rejected. Everybody said, no way, this is going to pass the codes. We're going to have to cut it up so much it's not worth making. So it was pitched, and 1935 it was pitched, so just after the codes had come into play. And so nobody thought it could be made. Finally, in 1944, they took a chance, and they made it, and they signed stars that wanted to give this thing a shot. And those stars are going to be in the scenes that I show you today. So Fred Murray, I always do that one wrong. Fred McMurray is in it, very, very well known. You might know the face even if you've never seen films from this era. You have Edward G. Robinson. He's best known for gangster movies, not for this particular film, although he plays an important role in it. He is, most people think of his gangster films as the height of his career. And of course, Barbara Stanwyck was a dominant actress in this era. She, in the 40s, was, really getting these roles and performing with such power. And there's her most powerful scene in this film in the second clip. The first clip will be what I like to think of as the plan, and then we will have the clip that shows the actual plan at work. So I don't want to talk too much more about it. Let's go ahead and get to the clip, and I hope you enjoy the scene from Double.
She was a nice kid. Maybe he was a little better than he sounded. But right then it gave me a nasty feeling to be thinking about them at all. With that briefcase right behind my head that had her father's signature in it. And what that signature meant. It meant he was a dead pigeon. It was only a question of time, and not very much time at that. You know that big market up in Los Feliz Keys? That's the place Phyllis and I had picked for a meeting place. I already had most of the plan in my head, but a lot of details had to be worked out. And she had to know them all by heart when the time came. We had to be very careful from now on. We couldn't let anybody see us together. We couldn't even talk to each other on the telephone. Not from her house or at my office anyway. So she was to be in the market every morning about 11 o'clock buying stuff. And I could sort of run into her there any day I wanted to. Sort of accidentally on purpose.
Walter, I wanted
Not so loud.
to talk to you ever since yesterday.
Let me talk first. It's all set. The accident policy came through. I've got it in my pocket. I got his check, too. I saw him down in the oil fields. He thought he was paying for the auto insurance. Check just made out to the company, so it could be for anything. But you have to send a check for the auto insurance, see? It'll be all right that way because one of the cars is in your name. Open your bag, quick. Can you get in the safe deposit box?
Yes, we both have keys.
Fine. But don't put the policy in there yet. I'll tell you when. Remember, you never saw it. You never even touched it. You understand?
I'm not a fool.
Okay. When is he leaving on the train?
That's just it. He isn't going.
What?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. The trip is off.
What happened?
Mister, could you reach me that package of baby food? That one up there? I don't know why they always put what I want on the top shelf.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
He had to fall down at the well, broke his leg. It's in a cast.
Broke his leg.
What do we do now, Walter?
Nothing. We just wait.
Wait for what?
Until he can take the train. I told you it's got to be the train.
But we can't wait. I can't go on like this.
Look, we're not going to grab a hammer and do it quick just to get it over with.
There are other ways.
Yeah, but we're not going to do it other ways.
But we can't leave it like this. What do you suppose would happen if he found out about the accident policy?
Plenty. But not as bad as sitting in that death house.
We never talk like that.
Don't let's start losing our heads, that's all.
It's not our heads. It's our nerve we're losing.
Excuse me?
Want to do it right, that's all I said.
It's the waiting that's getting me.
It's getting me just as bad, baby. But we've got to wait.
Maybe we have, Walter, only it's so tough without you. It's like a wall between us.
I better go, baby. I'm thinking of you every minute. After that, a full week went by and I didn't see her once. I tried to keep my mind off her and off the whole idea. I kept telling myself that maybe those fates they say watch over you had gotten together and broken his leg to give me a way out. Then it was the 15th of June. You may remember that date, Keys. You came into my office around 3 in the afternoon.
Hello, Keys. Just came from Norton's office. Semi-annual sales records are out. You're a high man, Walter. That's twice in a row. Congratulations.
Thanks. How'd you like a cheap drink?
How would you like a $50 cut in salary?
Do I laugh now or wait till it gets funny?
Oh, I'm serious. I've just been talking to Norton. Too much stuff piling up on my desk. Too much pressure on my nerves. I spent half the night walking up and down in my bed. I've got to have an assistant, and I thought of you.
Me? Why pick on me?
Well, because I've got a crazy idea you might be good at the job.
That's crazy, all right. I'm a salesman.
Yeah, peddler, glad-hander, backslapper. You're too good to be a salesman.
Nobody's too good to be a salesman.
Oh, phooey. All you guys do is just ring doorbells and dish out a smooth line of monkey talk. What's troubling you is that $50 cut, isn't it?
Well, that'll trouble anybody.
Now, look, Walter, the job I'm talking about takes brains and integrity. It takes more guts than there is in 50 salesmen. It's the hottest job in the business.
Yeah, but it's still a desk job. I don't want to be nailed to a desk.
Desk job? Is that all you can see in it? Just a hard chair to park your pants on from 9 to 5, huh? Just a pile of papers to shuffle around and 5 sharp pencils and a scratch pad to make figures on. Maybe a little doodling on the side. Well, that's not the way I look at it, Walter. To me, a claims man is a surgeon. That desk is an operating table. And those pencils are scalpels and bone chisels. And those papers are not just forms and statistics and claims for compensation. They're alive. They're packed with drama, with twisted hopes and crooked dreams. A claims man, Walter, is a doctor and a bloodhound and a... Who? Okay, hold on a minute. A claims man is a doctor and a bloodhound and a cop and a judge and a jury and a father confessor all in one. And you want to tell me you're not interested. You don't want to work with your brains. All you want to work is with your finger on the doorbell. For a few bucks more a week. There's a name on your phone. Yeah, all right. Now, what do I say to Norton? What about this job I want you for?
I don't think I want it, Keys. Thanks just the same.
Well, fair enough. Only get this. I picked you for the job not because I think you're so darn smart, but because I thought you were a shade less dumb than the rest of the outfit. Guess I was wrong. You're not smarter, Walter. You're just a little taller.
The plan is set. Will they go through with it? Of course, plans are often set and meant or put together out of the heat of the moment, the passion of the couple, their joy on their face, especially hers, when she has the plan in place, is kind of to think that people plot and plan like this to murder someone that they have been married to, which is what's going on. And it is very hard to imagine that somebody could go through this. But it happens, right? We hear these stories there. The movies reflect cultures, and our cultures reflect them in the movies, right? So here they are. And I'm going to give you your first writing prompt just about what you saw so far, but I am going to show you the plan being executed. I think it's worth it. It's the first time I've ever done 2 clips back to back, and so I'm looking forward to it. But here is prompt number 1 for you to write about or discuss with your friends who are also watching this with you. Number 1, have you ever longed for someone you shouldn't be with? Simple, very simple. I'm not going to say that this has happened to everyone, but I would guess that a lot of us have been in situations where we think, oof, I really wish that our paths had crossed before my buddy had met her, or I wish that we'd had an opportunity to explore our relationship before she chose someone else or he chose someone else. And I think that it's a very human theme, right? Regrets and wonderings are human nature. And so that's why this film is as powerful as it is. So without further ado, there's your writing prompt. You can go to work on that, and I really would love if you would send me what you wrote about with that. But again, if it's personal, don't send it to me. Don't send it to anybody. Tear it up if you need to, and maybe you do with this topic. Just take it and tear it up. That's what free writing is all about. It's supposed to free you, not chain you to some bad thoughts. But if you would like to discuss it with me, you can always send me a personal email. That would be great. Now, I'm going to show you the plan in action. You heard most of the plan, not all the plan, but you kind of get it. And so now we're going to watch it, and I will just tell you, wait until the ending, and you're going to see why film noir is considered far more terrifying than modern horror.
I slid the garage door open as quietly as I could. She'd backed the sedan in just the way I told her to. I'd figured it was safer that way, in case he got into the car before she drove it out. I got into the back of the car. I lay there on the floor and waited. All the time I was thinking about that dark street on the way to the station where I was to do it. And the 3 honks on the horn that were to be the signal. About 10 minutes later, they came down.
All right, honey?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'll have the car out in a second. Take it easy, honey. We've got lots of time.
Yeah.
Remember what the doctor said. If you get careless, you might end up with a shorter leg.
So what? I could break the other one and match him up again.
Makes you feel pretty good to get away from me, doesn't it?
It's only for 4 days. I'll be back Monday at the latest.
Her face is all we see when the murder is taking place. And I believe that it will stick in my mind forever. We hear the honking of the horn because that was the signal, right? And that honking, such a beautiful use of sound in order to remind us that it's the beating drum before a battle. And in this case, it's the honking of the horn signaling her lover in the back seat to go through with it. They're in the clear, they're in the dark alley, and it's time. And he goes through with it. And all we see is her face, that expression of shock and pleasure. There's something very dark here, and of course, that is film noir at its finest. So, I'm going to give you one more prompt. It is prompt number 2. And let me preface it with this. His boss warned him, maybe you're not so smart, you're just taller, okay? A classic line. But it is a warning, and oftentimes in films, the warnings are there for a reason, just like they are in life. And his boss warns him, maybe you're not so smart, just taller. And when he makes that warning, we know as an audience that he's headed down the wrong road. So for your second prompt, have you ever ignored good advice to your pain? You can write about anything you'd like on that. That doesn't have to be serious. That can be a small thing, or it could be a serious thing if you want to really get into your feelings. And that is your second prompt, and that's all we're going to do as far as prompts, because we spent a lot of time showing clips, going through the film. Last thing I'd like to say about the film noir is that I think that classic directors who came after 1968 still used a tremendous amount of the techniques that these directors used in order to build suspense. They are the masters of suspense. And if you're a young filmmaker and you want to learn how do I make my films more interesting, how do I make them more suspenseful especially, watch film noir, because they do it with so many things: sound, dialogue, camera angles, obstruction, only seeing scenes from halves or from angles, looking through a window like Hitchcock loved to do. And I think that you'll see that because they were forced to be artists, forced to be creative, that they were amazing at it, and they pushed the film genre far beyond where we might have gone if we could have just shown everything without any moral code. Now, I will also argue that we shouldn't be controlling film with moral codes that we want to put on them. If people don't want to see it, don't see it. That's the moral code of today. And honestly, if you think about it, nowadays filmmakers don't use a lot of nudity in big blockbusters because they want to be PG rated and have the whole family come and buy tickets. Although those blue people in Avatar are certainly provocatively dressed. And that one's like the #1 film of all time. So maybe I'm dead wrong about that. But I think you know what I mean. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for, if you've stayed with this long, I'm shocked. But if you did, please give us a like. I'm trying hard to work on the content, and I am getting busy with other things. And so I'm not sure how much longer I can do this, but if you're encouraging me, I'll work hard at it. And please subscribe. That seems to be happening well, but reach out to me if you have time. Give me some comments, give me some feedback that can make me keep pushing, right? I know a lot of great little films or great films that I can take scenes from like this, and I'd love to share them with you and give you something to think about after you watch them. So if you're enjoying it, let me know. Okay, thank you. The time to write is